noches, España, Europa, Francia.
Buenas noches.
How you doing, Texas, New York City, California, Miami, Argentina? Muy buenas tardes. Wow, Ursula, aquí estamos otro día de la noche
europea.
En actitud y pasión. Wow, ¿cómo te ha ido, Ursula? ¿Qué me cuentas?
Pues bien, muy ocupada con muchas cosas, escribiendo, haciendo trailer books, música, componiendo música y bueno, y esperando que llegara el día de hoy, porque tenemos una invitada. Hola, Victoria.
Besitos a no, sí. Tenemos una invitada de gran calidad, man. Puedo decir a nivel mundial, porque mi amiga Jenny toca el cello. Wow, it's like wow. Ahora sí ya la viste en vivo, o sea, aquí lo más cerca de que se puede ver y wow.
Qué maravilla.
Wow.
Y cómo, hola Victoria, y cómo canta, porque no es solo la dificultad que tiene ya tocar el cello, un instrumento que es también complicado de aprender, porque además tiene lo suyo, un instrumento no temperado, bueno. Aparte de eso, estar tocando y cantando a la vez. O sea, eso a mí me parece amazing, o sea, es increíble.
Y compone como va tocando. Cada canción que toca Jenny todo el tiempo es diferente. O sea, es un título, ¿verdad? Tú sabes el título, pero ella lo toca diferente y le pone y hace que un cello se oiga como una orquesta. O sea que le pone, que es como arriba 3, 4 y pum, o harmony.
Sí, gran armonía.
Y la canción sale, wow, pues tú lo han escuchado en YouTube, lo han escuchado en los videos que ha puesto, y ahorita lo vamos a ver en persona y realmente nos va a enseñar cómo hace de paso a paso una canción. O sea, va a cantar una canción, pero nos va a enseñar, porque esto es lo primero que se oye, que no va a ser nada como la canción, y luego que no va a ser nada, pero luego como se pone todo junto, pero ahorita no va a tener todo ese paquete, porque como ella acabándose eso, va a viajar a un lugar donde va a estar tocando ahora en la noche, y se tiene que ir a hacer no, yo creo que es algo en la tarde, porque ella toca, ella viaja, todo el tiempo la consigue para tocar, wow. So, vamos a traer a la gran Jenny. So, Jenny, come on down. There comes Jenny. Hey, Jenny.
Hey.
¿Cómo te va, Jenny?
Hola.
Welcome to the Noche Europea, Jenny. Bienvenida, Jenny. Wow.
Thank you.
Te están viendo aquí en Europa, te están viendo en toda España, Norway, they're seeing you in Norway, they're seeing you in South America. Oh man, you're seeing you all over the place, so
in the world.
People are going to want you to go visit. So you're originally from San Antonio. Ella es de San Antonio, ella creció en San Antonio y de allí pues you lived in San Antonio and now you live at South Padre Island. You have a house at South Padre Island now, for sure, or a place, right?
Yes, I do.
You travel a lot. Viajas mucho. You travel a lot.
I do. I've started traveling more and more. And my original home in San Antonio and in Austin, Texas, were where I went to school, where I learned to play the cello, and mostly where I established my first teaching and my first playing and performing. But now I live on South Padre Island near you, Ray. And it's a beautiful part of Texas. It's warm and it reminds me a lot of Malaga and of parts of Spain where you have the same flowers, the same water and beaches, and it's a beautiful time there. And I love playing music there too, because most of the time I am in a restaurant and I'm playing the cello and I'm staring out at the water and watching the sunset. So it's ideal.
Well, great. Well, Victoria here, she's from Norway. She says, finally, it's wonderful to finally be able to hear you. Hopefully direct today. So you're definitely going to talk to her, see her here. I am from Malaga there. So she might know your brother. A lo mejor Victoria conoce el hermano de Jenny, porque pues ya son de ahí. No, it's a big city, right? Pero sí,
Yeah, it's little.
Jenny, so tú tocas el cello, man. ¿A qué edad empezaste a tocar el cello? What age did you start playing the cello?
I was 11, 11. And I started in school in 6th grade. We were given a choice to play an instrument or to sing in the choir or to join the theater. And I looked at all the instruments, and there were, flute and clarinet and oboe and trumpet. And then we went to the orchestra and we saw the strings. And I did love the violin, but something about the cello caught my eye. It definitely has, the low notes. And I love that beautiful low tone. It reminded me of, the human voice.
Yes.
And I also felt fascinated with, just how big it was and that you had to, sit down to play it. So I started that year and I never stopped.
Wow, a los 11 años empezó en la escuela. Le dijeron, mira, escoge qué instrumento quieres tocar, aprender, o quieres cantar, o quieres ser parte del trapto. Y ella escogió el cello porque, wow, se quedó impresionada por el tamaño y también que el cello tiene más como lo ha dicho Victoria, es el instrumento que más suena como la voz humana. La voz. Right, yeah. We have a fan of ours, Victoria. Actually, she's part of our team. She does relationship therapy and advice and all of that. But she once told us that the cello is very similar to the human voice. And wow. So play a little bit. Just play a little bit. Something classical maybe or whatever. It doesn't matter. Vamos a ver cómo se oye el cello. Let's see how the cello sounds.
Amazing.
It's very good, yes. Wow. Yeah.
Again, it's so beautiful when you play on the lowest string, the C string. And it can sound so expressive and, very good for serious or even sad. But you can also sound joyful, So I think it's very versatile.
How low can it go? ¿Qué tan bajo se puede bajar?
This is the lowest string. It is the C string, and the very lowest note of the cello is.
La más baja. ¿Y la más alta? The highest one?
Yes, quite the range. And of course, you have the double bass that goes even lower. And Ray, you have seen me play my electric cello.
Yes.
It goes even lower. It goes down to
and higher too, I bet.
Yes, it has an extra couple of strings, so it goes all the way from the string bass to the violin. So it's my electric cello. She's not here today, but she's in spirit.
She's in the car, packed, ready to go. Well, see, no, because Jenny plays her cello, and then she also jumps into the electric cello, and in between there, she sings and all of that, and wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. Toca el cello. que están viendo ustedes, pero también tiene un cello eléctrico y o sea que a veces, hay partes que las tocan en el cello normal y luego se mete el cello eléctrico y luego canta y le pica a la caja. ¿Cómo se llama la caja que le
¿El cajón?
El cajón, yeah, el cajón, that's right. Le pega el cajón y cosas así, man. It's like, well, mira, let me share a song here with you, but just a song, and maybe Jenny can tell us, lo que está pasando in the song. A ver, let's say for instance, a ver, de Blondie. Let's say something de Blondie here. Ya podíamos oír la canción, pero ella la está componiendo. She's preparing the song, right, Jenny? Tell us what you're doing right here. Tell us what you're doing.
I'm capturing the loop. And I'm singing a little bit. Then it's time for the song to start. And I sing. Meanwhile, my feet are hitting different pedals every time I change sections.
Wow. So, right there, it would probably be about 4 instruments or maybe 5 instruments playing at the same time if people were actually playing.
It's at least 4. So you have percussion, you have cello, right? You have electric cello playing a bass line.
Right, electric.
Right? And you have some cajon.
Cajon.
Right? So it's about 5 layers. And then on top of that, we sing.
Y luego aparte cantar.
Right.
So all of that, todo eso es un instrumento, pero todas las partes ella la está haciendo a la misma vez. Está un instrumento que se llama un loop, y o sea que toca un pedacito, se queda ahí grabado, y luego toca otro pedacito, se queda ahí grabado, y luego los abre todos a la misma vez, y es lo que se oye. Ustedes oyen ahí. Look at all. Ahí se oyen como de perdido 3 instruments right there. But there's more, porque están las que están abajo que no se oyen. Y también haces, let me take this out. But you also do different harmonies at the same time. So you're actually singing like, I know you sing at least 3 voices, maybe more when you do a song. Am I right?
That's correct. So at my feet, I have a pedal. It's called the looper. And as you described, I can record myself every time I play anything. I can also erase what I've just recorded. So I might be playing, it took me about 4 layers before the song sounded complete. You had the, and you had the,
Wow.
right? The bass, I play that on the electric cello, and I come in and I make, and after all that is built, then I can control each layer with my feet. So I can continue to record myself. Often what I'll do is I'll play, I will capture it, and then I'll play the harmony on top of it. And then, yeah, so within 10 seconds, I can capture myself and sing my own harmony or play my own harmony. So as soon as I want to build the song up, I capture more layers, and then I love erasing them and taking it back to just. So you have sort of a rise and a fall. You know, you have when it sounds very full, and then to surprise people, I go back to just minimal, and then build it back up. It's really fun to play. It's almost like going out on a boat and just riding the waves, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, sí, de verdad. Well, I'm gonna, you know what? I was not going to do this, but you know what? Let's do this. Hold on. Is that? No. I mean, in the wrong one. So yeah, just keep. But hold on. Yes, this one. I'm gonna download this, and I'm going to show people this because this is a live. What I'm going to show you, les voy a enseñar un evento en vivo que disculpe que yo lo hice, pero no lo hice cuando lo grabé, no lo grabé para un show, sino lo grabé para mí. So, puede ser unas partes así moviéndose y todo. But I think you're at El Hueso playing here, and it's downloading right now. But I want to show this so that people can see how the song goes from step to step to step. Nice. In a sense, with you there, you know, it's still downloading. Let's hear a few comments here. Victoria says, the whole spectrum of the sound and scales, so amazing. Yes. O sea, Ursula, ¿tú qué piensas?
¡Wow! No, que yo estoy alucinando, a mí me encanta. Bueno, aparte de que el cello es mi instrumento preferido, y de hecho cuando yo he compuesto la banda sonora del libro, se puede ver perfectamente que es mi instrumento, porque sale en todos los lados. Y es alucinante cómo ella va creando esa atmósfera, cómo junta los sonidos, ¿no? Y cómo empieza haciendo una cosa, la percusión, y la percusión se une también como una melodía, ¿no? Como si estuviera tocando incluso el contrabajo, ¿no? Y luego cómo también con el arco toca también el acorde, la melodía. Bueno, a mí es alucinante. Yo estoy disfrutando mucho, ¿eh?
Ursula is an author. She writes books. But one unique thing about Ursula is that she writes the books, but then she writes a composition, a musical composition to go with the book. And so when you buy her book, you also get a composition of the music, so you can play the music while you're reading the book. And her favorite instrument, and she had said this a long time ago when I first met her, you know, she had said that her favorite instrument was the cello. And you see the cello really coming out in all of her music that she composes, and it's like, you know, wow. And to have you here is like, oh my God, you know, it's like super cool. They said, Jenny, are you traveling to Málaga soon? Please let me know. I have contact with Carlos Cardian.
I would love to plan a trip in the next year, so the answer is probably yes.
Yeah, because bueno, Victoria can make it happen. Ursula can make it happen. So when you get to Spain, we will definitely have gigs to play. This guy is the first cellist of the Margana Orchestra. The guy, Carlos. ¿Quién era? Ursula, ¿cómo se dice el nombre de él?
Carlos.
No, pero
Carlos Cardinal.
Carlos Cardinal. He's the #1 cellist on that orchestra, and so who knows? I don't know how that goes, where you can be a guest cellist. I don't know how that works.
He was the first cellist.
Pero he was the first cellist. He is making instrument music now. Oh, he makes instrumental now. He's a very good friend of Victoria's. So we might have him on the show sometime. Now Ursula also plays with the Laredo orchestra, right? Or harmonic orchestra?
I do. I play with the Laredo Philharmonic is a symphony in Texas. The Victoria Symphony is also in Texas. Occasionally Corpus Christi Symphony. So there's a number of classical cello, professional orchestras that I still play with. Yeah. But mostly I do my solo project as my career. But I love classical music, and I always want to meet other cellists, especially if they're in the symphony. But yeah, I still do a little of everything. I still love classical music.
Sí, porque Ursula fue entrenada al estilo clásico. So, toca clásico, no nomás porque ahora está tocando pop, quiere decir que no toca. Toca clásico, toca con diferentes orquestas en Texas. So es realmente bien conocida. Let me show you this video. This video was, I did it at Wessel, so please excuse because it wasn't done for this particular show, but it was something, I think I might have done this one 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I don't know. I've known Jenny for quite a while now. So I'm one of her fans, and it's like, wow. So here it goes. Something live. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and you get to see what Jenny does live in a sense. Wow. Amazing, amazing. And I think this might have been like 4 years ago. I'm not too sure. What do you think, Jenny?
I think that looks like either Half Moon Saloon 4 years ago. I also played at the Crossroads Festival, and that was probably about 3.5 years ago. But I recognize those visuals in the background.
Yeah, and you're right. It was probably it was the Half Moon, and that was when you weren't singing that much. Because you remember we had a conversation one time. You said, "You need to sing, girl. You have an awesome voice," and then you started to sing a whole lot more. Porque, man, I mean, just the cello alone, man, just the cello alone, she was amazing. And then when you added the voice, it's like everybody like went, "Wow!" Porque ella nomás tocaba el cello en un tiempo y empezaba a cantar un poquito. Y luego de repente empezó a cantar y
es que yo lo he escuchado y es alucinante porque canta muy bien. You're a best singer. O sea, que aparte es lo que decíamos, la dificultad que tiene el instrumento en sí y cantar y hacerlo todo estupendamente. O sea, a mí me resulta increíble.
Yeah, and you can find her under this Jenny Cello. That's her page. You can find her under her page and all of that. So, you know what? Why don't you sing a little bit of your favorite song or my favorite song, which is, you know what? Before you do that, show us Francis. Show us Francis.
Well, come here, Francis.
Yeah, this is her. Este es su perrito. Es el perrito de Jenny.
This is Francis or Francisco, or you can call him Pancho.
Pancho.
Pancho. Yeah.
And he comes out all the time.
As you can see,
little dog, man.
He's getting very old, but he loves it in New York because it's cooler, and so he has had a really good summer. He comes out to the shows when he can.
Hey, Francis. All right, let's sing. Va a tocarnos pedazos or you know what? Sing us as long as you want. As long as you want to play, don't worry. Just sing or compose whatever you want to. Summertime.
Awesome. Well, as you mentioned, normally I would do this with my looper, and you would hear a full orchestra. But it really started when I played a version of Summertime, which is normally a very slow piece. It's from Gershwin's opera Porgy and Bess. And it's you know, it's usually summertime and the living is, but I really enjoyed a version that I played once with a band, and we picked it up. So I started playing my cello like a guitar a little more. Summertime and the living is easy. The fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Well, your daddy's rich and your mama, she's so good looking. So hush now, pretty baby, don't you cry. And in my normal live show, that would still groove, and I would say, whoa, summertime. Francis is joining me.
Francis is huge.
He's a singer.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Then they would have seen all the parts coming into play. But still, las dos partes que tocó normalmente se tocan a la misma vez. Un instrumento, pero y por eso usa ese instrumento looper que toca algo y luego
se graba y lo va reproduciendo.
Graba y se va poniendo y se oye como un sound. A ella le dicen, or she's got the name, le dicen, what do they call you? The one woman band.
Yes, or sometimes I say the one woman cello army.
The one woman cello army, yeah. And you can reach her at, this is her website. And then pueden ir a su website. And tell me about this phrase that's you coined. This is una frase que
Silence.
The favorite sound of silence is between the beats. That's what I would want to be remembered for in the era of humming, of constant humming. Tell me about that. Dime de eso.
Well, when you hear cello players and they're classically trained like me, and we are used to playing lots of notes and always, it's just lots of fancy, technically challenging or difficult notes.
Right.
And I also, when I started playing by ear, and it was a journey to stop reading music all the time,
right,
and to really play from the heart. And I realized that it doesn't have to be fancy. Sometimes just and that silence in between the beats really is where we feel the pull to the next moment. Right. So a lot of cellists, when they begin to improvise, they start, that's beautiful. But if you take out some of the sound and you hear the silence between, it becomes more interesting. So I think there's plenty of music out there that is loud and in your face and rocks out, and that is always going to have a place in our society when we need to, get out there and live and dance. But I also really love the mood that music can create when you you know, step back a little bit and leave room for other layers. And so when you loop, you don't want to take up all of the sound. You want to leave little holes so that later you have space to put in more notes. That's what I mean by that.
Wow, wow, amazing. Qué bueno, porque, o sea, que le acomoda espacios para que entre más música.
Para que entre, claro.
Y wow, y realmente sí, it's like I don't know, I'm just thinking a sandwich, like a well-built sandwich, you know, estamos acostumbrados al pan, el queso, o el pan, la carne y el pan, ¿no? Ella lo hace el pan, la carne, mayonesa, ensalada, lechuga, tomate, o sea, le pone mucho entre medio los dos panes y sale delicioso, man. You create a delicious sandwich with all those layers of music, man. It's like, wow.
I love a good sandwich.
Yeah. Dice Victoria, fíjate, Victoria's a psychotherapist, and you know, she deals a lot with the mind, and she says silence is the biggest sound of all. Fíjate how profound that is. Que el silencio es el ruido más grande de todos. El sonido es el ruido más grande de todos. Silence is the biggest sound. But silence has no sound. But silence is no sound because it's quiet. But yet it is a sound.
Es necesario. No, y aparte que es necesario, porque si no, imagínate, si toda una partitura la cogiera, si no tuviera ningún silencio, ningún momento de descanso, sería muy estresante. El silencio es muy necesario.
Wow. See, Ursula is saying, yeah, it's a need, it's a necessity. The silence, otherwise everything would be like chaos or one on top of the other. So silence, yeah. I know I like it when I hear you and you play that and you perform. It's those pauses, that a little bit of anticipation, and you know what's coming, but hey, you know, it's that pause.
Me encanta porque lo aprovecha todo el instrumento, todos los sonidos que se pueden sacar del instrumento.
Yeah.
Y encima luego el silencio, utiliza esos espacios de silencio para pues meter voz, o meter algo de percusión, o meter algún...
Ursula said that you take full advantage of everything that your instrument has to give.
Yes. It's there's so many sounds that you can make that aren't for playing in an orchestra, you know. I mean, there's all kinds of neat little squeaks. I always love harmonics. But you start to explore the instrument, and the cello has many, many hidden parts of its voice, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you use it well, because I've seen, I mean, cuando tú la miras en vivo y miras que sus manos están pum, 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 y pa, 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 y pum, 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 pum. It's like, oye, you know, pero tienes que tocarlo así. No, dice Jenny, no vas a decir nada. It's like, pum, pum. It's like that part that you started with when you were starting Summertime right there. You normally don't see a cellist playing the cello like a guitar. I mean, there's techniques where they do, but not on that, not like in that style. Like I don't know if I might be wrong. What am I wrong?
Well, you're right. When you first learn, you learn pizzicato, which is just pizzicato. Because it's the easiest.
Yeah.
Then you learn how to hold the bow, and that really you have arco and pizzicato. But most of the time we play one note, one single note. But if you use your thumb and you can strum all of the strings at once, then you can form your left hand to play chords. So I loved chords when I first got to play. I thought it sounded like a guitar, like a harp a little bit.
Harp, yeah.
And I love that style. So yeah. that is one of the many instruments that the cello can imitate very well. You can even, strum. So that's one thing that I like to do is pretend that the cello is a different instrument.
Right.
When I pretend it's a guitar, or when I pretend it's a bass. Right? So it's already sounds like 3 or 4 different instruments naturally.
Right.
And then you can sound like a violin. But you continue searching for ways to sound like other instruments. You can certainly sound like, a drum. So it's so many possibilities, so many possibilities.
Sí.
No, es que conoces su instrumento como nadie. I mean, you know your instrument like nothing. It's like it is. Victoria's saying here, it is in the silence you learn to appreciate the harmony in all sounds.
Sí.
Wow, that's profound.
Pues eso que ha hecho es súper difícil, o sea, que te suene bueno, ya saber las posiciones cuando no están ni apuntadas es difícil, pero el arco, cuando lo vas a tocar y que te suene afinado, hasta que te suene su afinado, estás sonando que parece que vas a matar a alguien, parece psicosis, hasta que al final consiguen que te
sound like you're killing somebody. And so the amazing part is that no matter how you strike the cello with the bow, it's in perfect tune. And that's what sometimes you hear that from other cellists, or Ursula. That's what Ursula is saying, that it's so hard that you get. Man, you're amazing.
Yes. Well, we don't have frets like a guitar has.
Yeah.
Sí.
And so you put your finger close, and it's perfect. If there's 2 frets and I put my finger down, the note will be in tune. But with, typical cello or string instruments with no frets, we learn from a very early age how to be exact.
Wow.
And if one finger is a little off, that's when you think, that sounds funny. So it comes from playing for 30 years.
¿Lo ves?
Yeah.
Del bajo, lo tenemos aquí temperado, pero eso no está temperado, no tiene... ¿Dónde sabes dónde tienes que colocar la mano, no? Para tocarlo.
And the beauty is when there are no frets, you can make all of the slides
fretless.
Right, so you have a lot of that, a fretless bass has that. And it sounds so different, to be able to slide between those notes. So it's more challenging to learn to be perfectly in tune. It's a lot of muscle memory, and every position feels a little bit different, but you have a lot of freedom to do things, that are harder to do when you have frets or when you have, anything keeping you in tune.
Wow.
But yeah, it's many years. I taught private cello students, and I have listened to all of the different, songs played out of tune or close. And I always say the number one thing when people hear you and they don't know about the cello and they don't know if you're good or if you've played for 20 years or 2 years, but the number one thing they will hear is yes or no. And it's immediate. Even people with no musical training think, there's something that sounds really good about her, and there's something that sounds really off when someone's not in tune. So it's a constant battle because, of course, the cello is it's like a human. We have our tuners down below, and you play outside and you're not really supposed to.
Right. You play at the beach. Ella toca muchas veces en el mar y muchas veces toca en lugares que pues al mar allí, como
pues que para...
sí, y es diferente. Dice, Victoria saying, you make it seem so easy, but it's one of the most difficult strings instruments. My grandfather played the bass. He played
lo que decíamos.
Pero wow, and it's true. Well, play and sing another song.
All right. This is a song I wrote, and anyways, it's just an interesting little melody. I heard it in my head. So based on that melody, I do a looped arrangement of it, and it starts with deep in these bones, there are stories untold. They make a sound if nobody listens. There will come a day when it all goes away. My memory fades to a whisper. Until that day, till my dying day, don't be led astray by the ones that tell my story. I'll sink down to my grave, though you may know my name. While my truth is in chains, there can be no glory. So hear me now. Ooh, hear me now. Oh. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Amazing. I was thinking of the story you told us one time, and you were performing something about how you counted the light poles, or you were traveling, you counted the light poles, or your dad told you something like that, and I don't know.
Yes, that is a song. It's off of my my first album, and it's called Telephone Poles Against Trapezoid Windows. So if you can think of a car window, kind of.
La ventana de un carro. Estoy hablando de los postes de electricidad cuando va caminando y ella. What's the story that your dad was taking you somewhere, right? And all of a sudden you got some sort of image or some message or something came to your mind, and you saw the window and then you saw the post changing, right?
Right. Every weekend we drove to see my grandpa.
Yeah,
and
that's
it was 1 hour drive. And so we would talk, and then I would just start,
falling asleep.
I see this window and the telephone poles go, and they make a rhythm. So I made the song, and it starts out. And it's just a simple layer, but then it gets added to the rest of the song. And it's just a song about being in a car and staring out the window and letting your imagination run wild.
Es una canción de estás viajando en un carro y que se te vaya la imaginación, ¿verdad? It's like, wow.
Si no te quedas mirando.
Right, and everything that passes has a rhythm, right?
Y todo lo que está pasando tiene un ritmo, tiene un sonido, y ella lo atrapa todo y hizo una canción de eso.
That's one of my favorite songs. It was one of the first that I ever wrote for the cello and the looper.
Yeah.
And that's before I sang. That's when I did.
Yeah. Porque esto no más instrumental, porque antes que cantaba ella, pero sí, una vez ella I think you sang that like maybe twice. or maybe only once, but I remember hearing that song, and I remember you telling about that story, que ella fue con su abuelito, no, fueron a visitar a su abuelito y era un viaje de 1 hora, y pues claro, en eso se le vino esa canción. Wow, amazing. Well, hey, so sing us a complete song now.
All right, let's see.
Or Ursula, you got a song, maybe she might know. ¿Qué dice una canción que a lo mejor ella sepa?
No. Es la que...
How about
Pat Benatar.
Yo la que haga, que a mí me va a encantar, ¿eh? A mí me va a gustar.
Whatever you want to sing, I'm going to love
it. One of my favorite bands growing up was called The Cure, and they wrote a beautiful song called Love Song, and I love to play it in bars, in restaurants, at weddings, anywhere I can, but whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am young again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am fun again. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am clean again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am free again. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always. I will always love you.
Oh, man.
¡Qué maravilloso! Un concierto en privado, pero qué maravilla.
Out of this world, man. I've heard that song before too, and it's like, man, every time I hear it, it's like,
Yes,
No
we
words.
always laugh because whenever I first started singing, it was very scary. I had to feel bravery because I never studied voice. I only studied cello. I felt very comfortable on the cello. I could play with music or without music. I could play inside, outside, fast, slow, all day on the cello. But as soon as I tried to sing a note, it's hard. I say it's kind of like, when you rub your stomach and you pat your head. So it takes coordination, and it took a lot of practice, but it's something I've been working on for about the last 4 years, more than ever. So that song reminds me how hard I had to work.
Me too. Lo que dice Victoria, me too. I could hear your without.
Yes.
No.
No, sí es verdad. And now she sings all the time. It's like, so it's a plus. It's a good combo. It's a very good marriage, the music and the voice. It's like the cello and the voice. It's like, man, they were meant to be together forever. Tu voz y tu cello es un gran matrimonio. Es como que es uno para el otro, para la vida. And it's like, man,
the best part is when you sing la, you feel it. And when you play the cello, you feel it.
You feel it too, yeah.
When you sing la, it just vibrates. It's so much vibration. So sometimes I actually have to stop and just go, whew.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, but, okay, now it makes sense.
Yes, our cello rests right on our heart. And when you play, you can feel the instrument vibrate, especially on the low notes. That's why, as much as I love the electric cello, it's different. But the acoustic cello for the symphony is, just full of, a lot of overtones and beautiful sounds that go right through your chest when you do it,
Wow. It's true because your voice, it matches the instrument perfectly, It's like, wow. No, qué bien. Wow. It just does, Wow. So, man, this hour has gone by quick. Let me show you guys. Did I show you the video already? No, right? No, I haven't, right? I showed you one video. So let me show you another. Well, let's show you another video. So here comes another video. This one's I fixed for her. Jenny just saw it a be right before the show. So here it comes.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. I wanna walk in the open wind, I wanna talk like lovers do, want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. Talk to me like lovers do. Baby, walk with me. Ooh. Here comes the rain again, raining in my head like a tragedy, tearing me apart like a new emotion. I wanna breathe in the open wind, I want to kiss like lovers do, want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. talk to me like lovers do.
Wow. Here comes the rain again. Wow. Amazing song, man. Plus, you sing songs that, I don't know what it is, but the songs, they match not only the voice, but the instrument, and it has a very good blend. It's like a wonderful match. I don't know. I've never, you got sometimes singers that'll sing a song, and yeah, they perform it right, and they might be playing it right and singing it right, but somehow it doesn't touch the heart because it's not, maybe the song's not meant for them. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But every song you sing is meant for you to sing. I don't know if that makes sense. Cuando ella canta, cada canción que canta y toca es como si la canción fue escrita para ella, o que sale la voz y todo lo que hace con el instrumento sale como que fue hecho para ella, o que sale bien, porque a veces hay canciones que se tocan y como que la canción no es para esa persona.
Efectivamente.
¿Sí me entiendes, Ursula? And it's like, wow, it's like, man, Victoria's throwing you all kinds of hearts. Hey, we have una poeta. This poet, she's from, ella es de Mexico. She writes exotic poetry. So,
wow.
imagínate, la dama poeta. Imagínate tus poesía cantada por Jenny. Oh,
claro. No, es que se puede hacer. Yo lo he hecho. Yo he cogido poesías y las hemos hecho música y las hemos cantado. Entonces sería maravilloso escucharlo.
Wow. Well, Jenny, any last words or anything else you want to tell us, maybe about your instrument or anything else in general that you want to talk about?
I mean, basically, I am looking to release my first ever CD with original vocals. The tracks I sent you, I have available. You can email me and I am able to share. It's about 80 minutes of music, including the cover songs that I sent you. So I am looking to actually record my own original vocals this year. And I have a lot of songs ready to go. But in the meantime, I will travel anywhere and I will play my cello anywhere where it is needed. So never hesitate to reach out. I'd love to perform pretty much anywhere I can go. So.
Yeah. Este año va a sacar su primer CD, su primer álbum de música que ella canta y música original de ella también.
Bueno.
And it's like, wow. Y si la quieren contratar, denle una llamada y ella viaja a donde quiera, que se necesita su voz y su instrumento. And it's like, wow. So, you never know. That's why we do these shows, because sometimes we connect people with other people. And yeah, lots of happiness, joy, and success. The world needs happiness, and you certainly expand that with your music. Wow.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah. Wow. No. So, wow, man. So cool. Too bad I didn't have some things. You know what? Let me put a couple of pictures here. I mean, hold on. And you can maybe tell us a little bit of. Hold on. Let me just move this over. And hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And we go here. And let me share. Wow. Let me share this. Oh, no. Entire screen. There we go. So there we go. We have a picture here. And I guess maybe you're playing at a wedding or something like that?
That's correct. I am at a wedding in Austin, Texas, at a beautiful mansion. Yes.
En una mansión. Está tocando ella. Wow. And you're just rocking away.
That was recently. That was right before our symphony concert in Victoria, Texas. They asked me to play for an outdoor festival in the park. So That's me sweating it out in Texas.
Ella está tocando aquí en Texas, en Victoria, Texas, en un festival de música. Y está afuera tocando con su instrumento y está sube. Porque Texas, Victoria, Texas está un poco al norte de yo vivo, pero como quiera está caliente. And then this, I don't think this is half.
Ese es el eléctrico. Ese es el eléctrico.
Yes, see, that's the electric cello.
Right here.
It looks like a bass because I play it standing up. And that is an old band. I played in a band. We called ourselves the Wave Farmers. And it was actually electronic music.
Órale. Tocaban música electrónica. Esa es una banda de ella de más antes, que tenía años atrás. Pero tocaban música electrónica. So imagine a cellist playing electronic music, man. That's like crazy. Como que, oh my god, taboo.
It was a lot of fun. I love electronic music. And we had a band with 3 people, a drummer, someone in the middle. My friend Aaron played the laptop. He was looping me instead of me looping myself. So I played my electric cello in the band.
Órale. So, el chavo de acá, este chavo de acá tocaba las tamboras y todo tipo de tamboras. Este chavo aquí tocaba la computadora y manejaba todo. Él en el estudio, he was a studio guy. Y manejaba toda la música, la movía y todo. Y pues Jenny su cello, wow. Y aquí, here's your guys again.
Yeah, that's us at a festival. We did a lot of music festivals, electronic music festivals. That was in about 2011, 2012.
Yeah, en 2011. Y fíjate, even the drummer has a laptop.
Yes, it was very electronic. He actually didn't play a drum set. He played an electronic drum pad. So he was pressing buttons.
Wow, puro botón, el instrumento de las tamboras, puro botón. So you're the oddball. You're the only one without a computer. Jenny la única que no tenía computadora.
But it was actually much more interesting than all of the other, DJs, because when you add the cello, you have the bass. You can play bass. You can play cello. So it added a lot.
Man, that's so cool.
Good times.
So we need to do a GoFundMe page and get you a computer.
Well, what's funny though? I don't like technology as much as you would think, because I really just like
the same way.
I know. I just love to play the cello completely unplugged or looping, which is not really the same as technology. Looping is very. When you were a kid, like when you ever had a tape recorder, do you remember? Yeah. That's as easy as it is. It's just record, play. So it's not that advanced technologically.
Estoy de acuerdo contigo que ahora metemos muchos instrumentos tecnológicos de teclado. Yo puedo tocar un cello con el teclado, pero pierde la magia, pierde la humanidad, ¿no? Lo que yo digo, donde esté un instrumento tocado, ¿no? Pues es que está ahí la magia, ¿no? Está ahí la magia de
the magic of the instrument is when it's played, not when it's like through computer or something like that.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
The beauty. And there you are, all cool with your shades. And where are you here?
That was in Austin, Texas, at a place outside downtown. I was probably very hot. But we played, that was another band I played in. It was a blues singer in Austin, the Lauren Silva band. And
wow.
Yeah, that was one of the shows we had in an outdoor space downtown Austin.
Wow. So cool. No, Austin is hot, not compared to our area where we were at, South Texas at South Padre in Brownsville, that's certainly a hot spot. It was 100 degrees, 102 degrees yesterday, I think, and it's like hot. What's the temperature like in Buffalo right now?
It is about 65 degrees. It's a little rainy outside. I'm supposed to go play later outdoors, and I think it's going to clear up, but I'm wearing sleeves, so I'm not in Texas.
No, you're not in Texas anymore, Dorothy. No, pues está bueno. Pues great, pues Jenny, man, it was an awesome show. Thank you for your, spending some time with us. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros y gracias por traernos este instrumento y tu voz y wow. Thank you for bringing your cello, your voice, your awesomeness. And man, we wish you total luck on your new album, and we want you to come back. Queremos que vengas para atrás en otro tiempo, and some other time come back, and maybe when your album comes back, maybe we can do some show for it, so that so that all of Europe can tune in and get it. So that'd be great. I'm sure.
I will bring all of my instruments next time. I will have my looper with me.
Yeah. So, man, yeah, because that would be great. Because I think that's the magic of when hearing the sound. But even without the looper, just the what you showed us today, los señales que tocas una parte y luego otra parte y otra parte, is like wow, es increíble. Y bien dijo Ursula. Ursula, cuando I shared the video, the last time you were at Hueso, I did a video of you, and then I shared it on my Facebook, and Ursula goes, yeah. And so, wow, imagine. So, man, wow, so cool. Bueno, pues Jenny, we'll let you go. Thank you for your time. Good luck on your performance today, your gig. You have one performance this afternoon or two?
I have one performance this afternoon. I'm going out to some community gardens here in Buffalo for an outdoor concert. And yeah, it's I keep everything up to date on my Facebook page if anybody's in the area. And yeah, can't wait to be back in Texas and see you then.
Hey, well, let me know when you come back, and I'll see you at West. If not, normally I can't make the island because I'm normally doing chess lessons every time you're performing at the island. So, but I definitely, because when you play at Wessel, you play a little later, and so I definitely make that, and so cool. Shout out to El Wessel and all the Wessel gang. Well, I'm gonna put you backstage. Ursula and I will end the show, and then if you want to hang out, that's fine. If not, well, goodbye, and I wish you the best. I know you gotta drive, and all that, so. Kisses, hugs. Say hi to Erica, and give a big pat on Francis.
I will. Thank you for having me. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Bye, love. Take care, Jen. Wow, qué mujer.
Alucinante. Yo me he quedado alucinada. Es increíble. Es increíble todo lo que hace, que es muy complicado, es muy difícil de hacer y cantado, y además cómo conoce su instrumento. Además, lo bueno que tiene el cello frente a otros instrumentos es que puede ser un instrumento utilizado en orquesta filarmónica, como ya lo decía, de manera clásica, pero también puede ser un instrumento que tú utilizas pues para tocarlo, para tocar en bandas y bueno, es un instrumento muy versátil. Y entonces para blues, para jazz, incluso para música electrónica, que llevaba ahí el cello, ¿no? El eléctrico. Y me ha parecido una maravilla.
Sí, sí, definitely. And it's like, man, let's see, we got, aquí está, let's see, I think we know this one. Esta es la... Este es Let It Be by the Beatles.
Let It Be.
Let It Be by... Mira cómo lo comienza.
Qué bueno.
O sea, ahí lo está comenzando. Le está poniendo todas las partes. Por eso digo que a veces la canción no empieza, no como la canción, pero es que la está componiendo.
Claro, está yendo... Claro, sí.
Hasta no empieza la canción.
Pues ya la empezamos.
Mira, ya le metió otra, ahí le metió otro.
Es que es fascinante porque le va metiendo todos los ritmos.
Todos los leos.
¡Wow! Y luego entra que canta muy bien.
Fíjate todo el trabajo que está haciendo para empezar a
Para empezar la canción.
Y por eso se ve como una orquesta. Ahí le metí otro. Ahí está otra.
¡Wow! Mira.
La melodía, pero como que no. Sí, te lo estás
¡No me la tomamos!
When I find myself in times of trouble,
pero oye todo lo de atrás.
Mary comes to me.
Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let
¡Qué
it
bueno!
be.
¡Qué bueno! Si es que no necesitas... Claro, por eso decía, la mujer banda, es que es woman band, o sea, es que ya lo tiene todo, lo tiene todo.
Tiene todo.
Es una maravilla.
Todo junto con un instrumento. ¿Verdad? O sea.
Y con el mismo instrumento, con la voz y con el mismo instrumento. Es lo que decíamos. Coge todo el instrumento y todas las partes, desde la caja, para hacer la percusión, cada parte, luego el pizzicato, con el arco. Una maravilla.
Wow, amazing. Well, guys,
Bueno, yo no me canso, yo sigo aquí escuchando, me encanta.
There will be an
answer,
let it
be.
For though they may seem parted, there is
Esto qué voz más
still a
bonita
chance
tiene.
that they may see. There will be an answer, let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. Qué bueno, nos
There
encanta.
will be an
Answer, let it be. Qué maravilla.
wow.
Qué maravilla.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Guys, I just wanted to ask a little bit more because that wasn't enough. We wanted
Bueno, yo
more.
me quedo aquí, y yo me quedaría. Si es que desde que dijiste, vamos a traerla, y me pusiste el vídeo, estaba yo diciendo, y cuando viene, y cuando viene, y cuando viene, que quiero verla, que quiero escucharla.
So, guys,
Buenísimo.
con esto nos despedimos y nos vemos en el siguiente show. Adiós. Goodbye.
Bye.